Hey everyone, Wednesday's workout is Humpty Dumpty. The workout is going to be 3 separate intervals of 5 minutes of work, followed by 3 minutes of rest between each round. The round is going to start with a buy-in of 35 reps of a single dumbbell thruster. When you complete those 35 reps, you're only doing that once, you're going to go into an AMRAP in the remaining time of 16 single arm dumbbell deadlifts, 8 on each side, and then 32 mountain climbers. Couple substitutions. For our buy-in, if you have a wall ball, we're going to do 35 reps of just a standard wall ball as the buy-in. Once you get into that AMRAP, if you have a barbell at home, we're going to load that to what should be a pretty light to moderate weight at the most, something that you can do those 16 reps in 1 to 2 sets at the very most each and every time. We want to move quickly between the dumbbells and the mountain climbers each round, utilize that rest to recover, and then get back after it for the final 2 rounds. Have fun, guys. All right, Kate's gonna walk us through our warm-up for Humpty Dumpty. So we're gonna start with just our general dynamic warm-up. From there, we're gonna go into 30 seconds of each of the following. We're gonna start with a push-up to downward dog. So chest goes to the floor, pressing back into that downward dog position, getting a good stretch both through our shoulders and our calves at the top. Once we finish that, we're gonna go into an active Spider-Man stretch. So one foot goes to her hand, foot flat on the ground, she drops that elbow to her instep, and then reaches up overhead to get a good stretch through that rotation. 30 seconds, just alternating legs back and forth. After that, she's gonna stand it up. We're gonna do 30 seconds of air squats. Just nice and slow and controlled, focusing on full range of motion, trying to get below parallel at the bottom, keeping those heels down, chest up nice and tall. After the air squats, we're gonna pick up our dumbbell or barbell if you have one, and we're gonna do 30 seconds of a push press. So little dip, drive, pressing overhead, just working on warming up those shoulders. After the push press, she's gonna place the dumbbell in the back rack position to do a good morning. So feet are under the hips, she's hinging those hips back, keeping her back nice and flat, just looking to get a good stretch through the glutes and hamstrings here, squeezing at the top. Really focus on not rounding over at her lower back or upper back, keeping everything nice and controlled. After the good mornings, we're gonna finish with a goblet squat. She's gonna bring the dumbbell into a goblet squat position, holding it nice and close to her chest. Hips go back, chest up. Again, focusing on that full range of motion, just adding a little bit of weight to our squat this time as we progress through that warm-up. Each round of Humpty Dumpty is gonna start with a 35 rep buy-in of either a single dumbbell thruster or a wall ball. Kate's gonna demonstrate the dumbbell thruster first. She's holding the dumbbell up in a front rack position, starting that movement with a full squat. As she gets to the top of the squat, big jump and press overhead. This is a high rep movement in the workout today, so we wanna try and keep those heels glued to the floor so that we're nice and efficient through those reps. Try to break these up into 1 to 2 sets so that you stay fresh as you get into the AMRAP of the deadlifts and mountain climbers. Mary's gonna demonstrate the wall ball option for the workout today. So if you're doing this at home, just pick a target on the wall outside, something that's about 9 to 10 feet off the ground, doesn't have to be exact. So just like we talked about with the dumbbell thruster, we wanna keep those heels glued to the floor as she goes through the squat, and then tossing to that target on our wall. Try to have the ball hit at the peak of the throw so that it comes off nice and consistently, allowing you to string those reps together efficiently, doing those 35 reps in 1 to 2 sets. For the single arm dumbbell deadlift, it's 16 total reps, so you're gonna do 8 reps on each side. So holding the dumbbell in one hand, it starts with the dumbbell in the middle of the foot, up to a standing position, lowering back down. Because we have that weight on one side of the body, try to keep your shoulders and your hips really square and avoid rotating towards the arm where the weight is loaded. Again, 8 reps on one side, switching arms, and then 8 reps on the other side. If we have a barbell today, again, we're gonna load this to what should be a pretty moderate to light weight, something that we can do those 16 reps in 1 to 2 sets. Good setup position here, keeping those shins nice and vertical, back flat. From there, we're standing up nice and tall, getting the shoulders behind the bar, and then lowering back down to the ground. Because it's a light weight, when we're cycling these reps, really focus on controlling and not moving too fast with that lighter weight today. After you finish the deadlifts, you're moving on to the mountain climbers, 32 reps, which is Mary's gonna demonstrate. We're starting in that plank position, cycling those feet forward and back, trying to get our knee to our elbow. The quicker we can cycle those feet, the more efficient this movement is gonna be.